This weather is officially nasty. Yep, this is a good day to make some chili. As you can see, it's a nasty day out. Raining, cloudy, cold. It's just the worst. So hey, time for a road trip. And like I said earlier, this is definitely a good day for chili. Oh my goodness. I wish I had thought of this yesterday. I could have stopped at the store and bought the ingredients then. But, oh well. Well, greetings interwebs. It's a nasty day out. So what do you cook on a nasty day? Big hot pot of chili. So, let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so here's what we're working with today. We got some medium salsa. Now, this is just personal taste. I like it a little bit spicy. If you can't handle a little heat, get the mild. Or if you want more heat, get the hot. I like a medium. Diced tomatoes, an onion, some rice, light red, dark red, and black beans. Makes a nice little variety. Honestly, I just like the way it looks. Of course, fresh ground beef and chili powder, because, well, it's chili. And bananas. Okay, I'm kidding about the bananas. They just happen to be sitting there on the counter. Let's get to cooking, shall we?
The pink-skinned sense of humor.
Okay, so making chili is actually very simple. Not really a whole lot of cooking to it. And again, this channel is all about how to do things in a simple way. So, hamburger meat, and I've already cut up the onion. Put that in the pot. Once the meat starts cooking, then I'll add in chili seasoning. You're already starting to... I need my favorite spoon. Basically, just keep stirring the meat until it's cooked. I've already got my bowl and strainer ready so we can dump the grease out, because why? Yeah. Okay, now I've got it broken up. See, it's kind of broken up. I'm starting to get it started around. Chili powder. Now this is really a matter of personal taste. I like a whole lot of it. That, I don't know, that was maybe half a cup. Quite a bit. You put it in the beginning so it'll cook into the meat. Because remember, you're going to dump out all that grease, so a lot of it's going to go away. So you want it to cook in the beginning to get into the meat. We're going to be adding other flavors later that'll go along with it. But for now, it's just chili meat. What I said before about kind of mashing it, if you just kind of stir, there's still clumps of hamburger meat with no seasonings in it. So you're just kind of steadily mashing the meat down so it kind of mashes the seasonings into the meat. You don't want any pink. If it's pink, it means it doesn't have any seasonings in it. There. See how it's kind of mixing in? You also want to make sure you stir up from the bottom, because the bottom part is actually getting hit by fire, is the part that's cooking. Okay, seems pretty well mixed. I'm going to let it just sit, cook for a little bit. I'll come back. Okay, so our meat has been cooking for about 10 minutes or so. Looks to be done. Shut it off and drain it. Get all that nasty grease out of it. Get the grease out of the pot as well. Ow, ow. It's a little on the warm side. There we go. Okay, we got the grease out. Now, can of tomatoes. Handy thing about these particular beans, they've all got pop tops. I need a can opener. Don't throw the cans away, we're going to need them here in a minute. We're going to take each can, fill it with water, pour it in a pot. There's a reason for that. You can see how it looks. Black beans, dark red beans, light red beans, and salsa. It just gives a really nice, appearance. We get as much of the grease out of the meat as you can. Kind of stir it around. We already got a nice big bowl full of grease. Okay. Look at that. It's still squeezing some grease out. Okay. Dump the meat in with it. All the meat and the onions. The back side. Now, salsa. About half that jar should do. If we want more, you can always add more. Now, the biggest ingredient for this is the clock, is time. The longer this can sit and marinate and simmer and all the flavors melt together, the better it will be. So once you get all put together, you want to let it sit for about an hour. Now, when I set about the cans, you get 1 can of water each and dump in the pot. That'll rinse all the remaining stuff out of the can, and it'll put a bunch of water in here for what I got coming up. Okay, I'm gonna pour 4 cans of water. Honestly, the 2 cans of beans, you get just a little bit more water just to kind of rinse out all the juice from the bottom. Okay. Now, we'll get up to a boil, and then we'll let it sit and simmer for an hour. So, like I said, as soon as it starts to boil, I'll turn it down, set my timer, come back in an hour. Stand by. Okay, you can see it's boiling nicely. So now I'm going to turn it down to a simmer and let it sit for an hour. But first, I have a trick I want to show you. Okay, class, who remembers the magic formula for making rice? That's right. 1 scoop of rice to 2 scoops of water. Well, Each one of those cans that I dump the water in, each can holds 2 cups of water. So 4 of those cans, that's 8 cups of water. So that would be 4 scoops of rice. However, don't want to get it too much, so we're going to do 3 scoops of rice into this and then let it cook. And that'll soak up all that excess water. And one of the reasons I put way too much chili powder in there was because the rice is kind of bland. It sucks up a lot of the flavoring. So that's why I did a little over seasoning. So, uno, dos, and tres. Now we'll just mix that in. And again, let it sit and simmer. Normally, rice cooks in 17 minutes. This is a little different because we're cooking it in something else. So we're going to let it just sit and simmer for 1 hour. So all that rice will marry in with the rest of the chili, and it'll be an all-in-one, ready-to-go, delicious, nutritious meal. Timer. We're going to pitch that up. 1 hour. Okay? There we go. See you in an hour. Well, yeah, second for you, but hour for me. Okay, we're about halfway through, and you can see how this is thickening up quite nicely. Just go ahead, when you stir, scrape along the bottom to make sure it's not getting stuck to the bottom. So I may not have to let this sit and simmer for an entire hour. We're about 15 minutes in, and it's looking not too far from done. So I'm going to revise the time down to 30 minutes and see how that turns out. See you in a few. Yeah. This day is not going to improve any at all, I fear. And there we have it. A nice, big, delicious, hot steaming pot of chili. Perfect for a cold, rainy, dismal day. There we have it. Nice big hot pot of chili. Give it a try. Scoop some up in a bowl. I know that's a lot of rice, but hey, rice is filling. If you believe everybody I met when I was in the Philippines, hey, rice is life. It is really hot. Really, really hot. But really, really good. I like beans. Beans are really healthy for you. And tomatoes and onions and just everything in general. This is a healthy food that will stick to you. Big pot. You saw how easy it was to make. It'll feed the family, especially, like I said, on a nasty day like this. So, on that happy and healthy note, be seeing you.